I wanted to quickly let you know that you can now sign up for the new Recollection Road newsletter by clicking the sign up link in the description of this video. The 1960s was filled with many new and exciting toy offerings that for a kid kept us busy for hours. Troll dolls, those small wide-eyed creatures with their tufts of colorful hair, captured the imagination of children and adults alike. From the moment they first appeared on shelves, they became one of the biggest toy fads from 1963 to 1965. They were also a symbol of carefree creativity. Another simple but amazing toy was the Wham-O Super Ball. These seemingly ordinary balls seemed to never stop bouncing. Throwing one against the ground made the ball dance and ricochet with almost supernatural energy. These balls weren't just about play, but rather they were embodiments of the era's fascination with developing new materials that were unknown and futuristic. Recollection Road is proud to partner with Legacy Box. Watch until the end of this video to find out more about digitizing your family's irreplaceable memories, and then visit legacybox.com/recollection for an incredible 55% off. As the leaves turned to colorful October hues, the anticipation of Halloween was punctuated by the arrival of wax Halloween candies. The delicately molded lips, harmonicas, and juice-filled bottles made from edible wax held promises of silly and sugary delights. These unique treats were more than just candy and offered a more tangible candy experience after sorting through all of your Halloween candy. As winter approached, the landscape of the decade transformed into a wonderland of twinkling lights and festive decor. Aluminum Christmas trees decorated in shimmering strands of metallic brilliance graced many living rooms during this time, casting a spell of holiday enchantment. The modern trees with aluminum branches may have also had a rotating color wheel that added more Christmas cheer. These trees were also featured in the Charlie Brown Christmas special as an example of the commercialization of the holiday. But they represent the holiday style of the 1960s perfectly. Breakfast may have been the most memorable meal for kids during this time because it was the fuel that powered countless outdoor adventures. Quisp cereal, with its quirky saucer-shaped pieces of sweet and crunchy goodness, was launched with a sister cereal called Quake. These two were often advertised together, and Quake would go on to be discontinued after the company asked the public which one to keep. You might also remember the Quisp mascot, which was an alien who claimed he was the crown prince of Planet Q. Although it may not be a musical masterpiece, the song On Top of Spaghetti was a parody song geared toward kids, and it was made by popular folk singer Tom Glazer. This sing-along song was inspired by the Burl Ives hit On Top of Old Smoky, and followed a lost meatball on its way out the door. The catchy song and playful lyrics made dinner a time of laughter, especially if you were having spaghetti and meatballs. The 1960s was a time when going to the movie theater was special. The lights would dim and the screen would illuminate to showcase the golden age of Hollywood. The Sound of Music was one of these timeless cinematic masterpieces because it transported audiences to the hills alive with the sound of music. The movie was so popular, some were seeing it multiple times, which drove it to become the highest-grossing film of all time, surpassing Gone with the Wind. Its sweeping landscapes, heartfelt melodies, and optimistic spirit had audiences captivated during the mid-1960s. Meanwhile, on television, Sally Field was the darling of the decade. She was likable and full of charm that connected with viewers. Sally Field was Gidget, beginning in 1965, a 15-year-old girl who discovers surfing and falls for a boy during her time at Malibu High School. She then starred in The Flying Nun, a quirky show about a nun who could fly when the wind caught her hat just right. She would travel the world in each episode, helping others that were in need. Sally Field's presence in these iconic TV shows resonated with people, and for some, she will always be that young all-American girl. The advertising world was transformed during the 1960s, and it became the most influential way to catch people's attention. The Coppertone Company ran ads featuring a mischievous dog pulling down a young girl's swimsuit, showing off her tan lines. Coppertone's sun creams also launched with the slogan, "Don't be a paleface," and encouraged tanning, which was very fashionable in the 1960s. The ad campaign represented carefree summer days and the anticipation of sun-kissed time spent at the beach. In politics, Lyndon Baines Johnson was campaigning for president in 1964 and needed a commercial that made an impact. The Daisy ad was released in September of 1964, and it shook the foundations of the nation's collective conscience. A single daisy, with petals being plucked by a young girl, as if counting down to a nuclear war, conveyed the gravity of the times and the urgency of re-electing LBJ. The message was only aired once, but it worked, and was etched into the minds of a generation. If you remember the extravagant bouffant hairdos of the 1960s, you'll almost certainly remember the Pifco Princess. This bizarre-looking contraption was a hair-drying hood that fit over wet hair and also came with a comb attachment. This do-it-yourself hairdryer brought the beauty parlor into the home, and some women swore by it. During the 1960s, loyalty and friendship among kids was important. Loyalty ran deep, and to prove it, kids would become blood brothers and sisters. They would cut their fingers or palms and then press them together to make it official. In the spirit of the ancient practice of blood oaths, it was considered a way to fortify their friendship forever. Let me know in the comments if I missed anything, and maybe even consider supporting the channel over on Patreon. Recollection Road and Legacy Box both believe it's important to preserve the past. If you're like me, there's a box of your family's treasured home movies and photos tucked away somewhere, and Legacy Box can help you preserve them digitally. The process is a simple and safe solution for converting your home movies and photos to thumb drive or to the cloud. Just send in your Legacy Box filled with old VHS and camcorder tapes, film reels, and pictures, and get back digital copies that can be easily enjoyed, shared, and kept organized. It's that easy. Legacy Box is trusted by over 1 million people, and it's all done right here in the USA. Get started preserving your past today. Go to legacybox.com/recollection to get an incredible 55% off. Buy today to take advantage of this exclusive offer and send in your memories when you're ready. Go to legacybox.com/recollection to save 55% while supplies last. If you enjoyed this video, consider watching this playlist, and then visit the channel to search the Recollection Road library. As always, thank you so much for watching.